stop. Right there. Don't scroll. Don't switch to something else. Don't let the next thing pull you away before you hear what I came to say. I know you almost kept going. Something in you almost moved on. But something else, something quieter, something deeper, made you stay. And I need you to understand that the part of you that stayed, that wasn't curiosity. That wasn't habit. That was recognition. Something inside you recognized that this moment was different. Before your mind had even finished deciding. You didn't find this video. This video found you. And I know how that sounds. I know how easy it is to dismiss that. To chalk it up to coincidence. To tell yourself it's just an algorithm doing what algorithms do. But sit with me for just a moment. Because there is something I need you to hear. That I have been trying to get to you. For longer than you realize. Something that got delayed. Interrupted. Crowded out by the noise of every single day. That kept moving whether you were ready or not. I have a message for you. Not for everyone watching. Not for a crowd. For you. The one who almost scrolled past. The one whose heart is a little more tired than it was this time last year. The one who is still here. Still holding on. Still showing up. Even when showing up feels like the hardest thing you do all day. Don't go anywhere. Because what I am about to say was meant for you alone. I want to tell you something that I don't think anyone has said to you in a while. I see you. Not the version of you that answers I'm fine when someone asks how you're doing. Not the version of you that keeps it together in public and saves the falling apart for later. For the drive home. For the shower. For the 3 a.m. silence. When the house is quiet and the thoughts are anything but. I see the real version. The one underneath all of that. And that is exactly the person I came to talk to today. I saw you this morning. When you woke up. And the first feeling that hit you. Before you even fully opened your eyes. Was weight. Not a specific weight with a name. Just that familiar heaviness. That has been sitting on your chest. For so long now. That you've almost stopped noticing it's there. Almost. But not quite. Because there are still moments when it catches you off guard. Moments when you realize how long it's been since you woke up and felt truly light. I was there when you went through the motions of your day. When you did what needed doing. Answered what needed answering. Showed up where you were supposed to show up. I watched you hold it together for everyone around you. I watched you be strong for people who don't even know you need someone to be strong for you. I saw the smile you wore that didn't quite reach your eyes. And I saw the moment, just one brief moment, when you let your face go completely still, when no one was looking, when you let yourself just be tired for half a second before you pulled it back together. That half a second, I was in it. I was there in the quiet place where you keep the things you haven't said out loud, the prayers you prayed so many times. They feel worn smooth in your hands, like river stones, familiar, but you're no longer sure anything is happening when you hold them. The hopes you've carried for so long, that you started wrapping them in a kind of careful distance. Because hoping fully, and getting hurt again, is something you're not sure you have the strength for right now. I know about the thing you haven't told anyone. Not because I'm watching to catch you, but because I love you. And the things you carry alone are the things that matter most to me. The fear underneath the faith. The doubt underneath the devotion. The question you push away. Because asking it out loud feels like it might break something. The question that sounds like, God, are you actually still there? Because it's been so quiet for so long. And I'm tired. And I don't know how much longer I can keep believing that something is going to change. That question doesn't scare me. That question is honest. And I would rather have your honest exhaustion than your performed certainty any day of the week. You have been carrying so much for so long, and you have done it with a kind of quiet faithfulness that most people never even see. You have kept going when stopping would have been easier. You have held on when letting go would have felt like relief. You have chosen again and again to stay, even when staying cost you something. Take a breath, because this is where everything begins to shift. I need to tell you why this message is reaching you today. Not 6 months ago. Not a year ago, when the pain was sharper and the questions were louder. Today. Right now. In this exact season of your life. Because there is something happening around you that you have not been able to see. A battle. Not a metaphor. A real, active, ongoing spiritual battle that has had your name on it. And the enemy who has been fighting it knew something. He knew that if this message reached you at the right moment, at the moment when you were open and still and ready to really hear it, something inside you would shift that he would not be able to undo. So he has worked very hard to make sure the right moment never came. He kept you busy, not with bad things necessarily, just with enough things that the quiet never quite settled. He kept the noise level just high enough that my voice, which is not a loud voice, which has never been a voice that shouts over everything else, kept getting pushed to the edges of your day. He made sure there was always one more thing to respond to, one more problem to manage, one more distraction, to fill the space where stillness would have let you hear me. He exhausted you, not all at once, but slowly, steadily, the way a slow leak drains something that looked full. He used the waiting itself as a weapon, letting the silence between your prayers and your answers stretch out long enough that the silence started to feel like a message of its own. Like maybe the answer was no. Like maybe the line was disconnected. Like maybe you had been faithful for so long and so quietly that somehow, somewhere along the way, you'd been overlooked. That was a lie. Every single word of it was a lie. Because the truth the enemy has been fighting to keep you from hearing, is that I have been in the silence. I have been in every single day of the waiting. I was not absent. I was not delayed. I was not working on someone else's life while yours sat untouched. I was working in yours, in ways that had no visible evidence yet, in ways that required the kind of deep, underground preparation that doesn't show on the surface until the moment it breaks through. There is a story I want to remind you of. Joseph, a young man with a dream, a real dream, a God-given picture of what his life was going to become. And then everything went wrong. Everything. He was betrayed by the people who should have protected him. He was sold. He was imprisoned for something he didn't do. He sat in a cell and watched years go by. And during every one of those years, there was no visible evidence that the dream was still alive. No sign. No confirmation. No angel appearing to say, "Hang on. It's still happening." Just silence. And faithfulness. And waiting. And then, in a single day, everything changed. Not gradually, not in slow steps, in one conversation. One morning, the entire direction of his life shifted, from the prison to the palace. That story is not just history. That story is a pattern, and you are living inside it, right now. I love you, and because I love you, I have to say something now. That isn't the easy part of this message. Something that the part of you that just wants to feel better might want to skip over. But I need you to hear it, because what I'm about to say could be the difference between walking into everything I have for you or turning around. Just before you get there, there is something you are thinking about going back to. I'm not going to make you say it out loud. You already know what it is. It rose up in your chest just now when I said that, didn't it? That particular thing, that particular person, or place, or version of yourself, or habit, or way of coping, that you know, I already moved you away from. And it's been calling to you lately, getting louder, dressed up as nostalgia, or comfort, or just the exhaustion of moving forward into something that hasn't materialized yet. But I need you to hear me clearly on this. I did not remove that from your life carelessly. I did not close that door because I was done with you, or because I was punishing you, or because I didn't understand how much it hurt to let it go. I closed it because I could see where it ended. I could see what it was costing you, at a level you couldn't access yet. And I loved you too much to let you stay in something that was slowly shrinking the person I made you to be. The enemy knows how tired you are. He is counting on that tiredness to make the old road look easier than the new one. And his timing on this is not an accident. He is pushing this temptation hardest right now, in this season, because he knows what is on the other side of you not going back. He is more afraid of what you are becoming than you are excited about it. Don't let him win this one. You are not going back. Not today. Not when you are this close. Something is shifting. I don't mean eventually. I don't mean hang on for another few years and maybe things will look different. I mean right now. In this season. In these weeks. In the days you are living through at this very moment. Something is moving. The ground beneath you is changing. Things that have been locked are beginning to open. Things that have been stuck are beginning to move. Things that have felt permanent, the weariness, the stagnation, the sense that this is just how life is now, those things are not permanent. They are ending. I am removing things from your life that were never meant to stay. Some of them you will be relieved to see go. Some of them you will grieve, because even the things that hurt us can become familiar enough that their leaving feels like loss. Let them go. Make room. Because what I am bringing into the space they leave behind is something you have been asking me for, sometimes in words, and sometimes just in the ache of wanting something real. I am restoring things you thought were gone for good. Pieces of yourself you set down somewhere along the hard road and never found again. Your hope, your sense of purpose, the part of you that used to wake up with something to look forward to. I have been holding those pieces, and I am bringing them back to you. Not in the exact shape they were before, because you are not who you were before, but shaped to fit who you are becoming. And I am releasing you from things that were never yours to carry. The guilt over the past that you have already been forgiven for, but have not yet forgiven yourself for. The weight of other people's opinions that somehow became a voice inside your own head. The fear that you have used up your chances, that the window has closed, that the life you hoped for is no longer available to you. It is available to you, the Word says. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Not gave, not had, have. Present tense, active, right now. The plans are not past. The hope is not past. Your future is not something I used to have prepared for you before you made your mistakes. It is something I have prepared for you, knowing every mistake you would ever make. And it is still intact. It is still waiting. And it is still yours. Something shifted in you while you were watching this. You may not be able to name it yet, but you felt it, that quiet internal movement, like something that had been held at attention, finally releasing. That was real. That was me. And it is just the beginning. I want to pray over you right now. Not a formal prayer. Not something recited. Just me, speaking directly over your life. Over the specific weight of everything you carried into this moment. I speak peace over your mind. Not the peace that comes from circumstances finally lining up the way you want them to. That peace is fragile, and it depends on things outside your control. I speak the peace that Paul described as passing all understanding. The peace that settles in a room that still has problems in it. The peace that lets you sleep when the situation hasn't changed. I place that peace over the thoughts that come at night, over the anxiety that has become so familiar. You've started to think of it as just part of who you are. It is not part of who you are. And I am taking it back. Right now. I break every lie that has set up residence in the way you see yourself. The voice that says you are too far gone. The voice that says you have waited too long and missed your window. The voice that says your best days are behind you. That the damage is too deep. That someone like you doesn't get the kind of life you've been quietly hoping for. Those voices have no authority over you. I am silencing them now. Not because I'm telling you to try harder to ignore them, but because I am speaking something louder over you. And truth, when it is really spoken, is louder than any lie. I release your past, every mistake you have cataloged, and return to as evidence against yourself. Every moment you've held up in the private courtroom of your own mind, as proof that you don't deserve better. Those charges are dismissed. They were dismissed a long time ago. The case was closed. You just haven't let yourself believe the verdict. I seal purpose over you. Not a vague sense that your life might mean something someday, but real, specific, activated purpose. The knowledge that you are here on purpose. That the things you have walked through are not wasted. That the very experiences you would have traded away to avoid the pain are the ones that qualify you for what comes next. And I declare over you what has been true since before you took your first breath, and will be true long after everything else has changed. You are mine. You are known. You are loved. Not because of what you have done or haven't done. Not because of how well you have held it together, or how many times you have fallen apart, but because you are mine, and I do not abandon what belongs to me. Walk forward. The road ahead is not the road behind. I promise you that. If these words found you at the right moment today, and I believe they did, I want to ask you to do one simple thing. Before you close this video, type Amen in the comments right now. Not for me, for you, as your own declaration that you received something today, that you heard it, that something and you said yes to it. And if someone came to your mind while you were watching, a friend, a family member, someone who is quietly caring more than they're saying out loud, share this video with them today. You may not know what they are walking through right now, but I do. And you sharing this might be the exact way this message finds them. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, because there is more to say, more to speak over your life. And I don't want you to miss a single word of it. Go now, beloved. Go knowing that you were not an accident today, that something arranged this moment, long before you arrived at it, that the one who spoke these words over you has not looked away from your life for a single second, not through the hardest night, not through the longest silence, not through any of it. You are seen, you are held, you are loved, with a love that does not tire, does not waver, and does not give up on you. Not today, not ever.